Hi, UV. How's it, guys?
Hello.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'll start with you. Avi, what's your thoughts on Sri Lanka's demolition of Australia in the ODI series? I didn't expect such a walloping win, man. 2-0 series win.
Those games didn't last very long, did they? They were quite clinical. They were quite clinical in both the games. Actually, didn't see much of the action, but the little that I did see, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Australia, they've got an issue with spin, big
Mm.
time. And if I look at the group they're in with Afghanistan, Afghanistan will be seeing that game off and seeing, you know what, they can put Australia under a lot of pressure with spin bowling. So yeah, I mean, this was a great series win for Sri Lanka. And to be honest with you guys, I'm actually surprised that
Mm-hmm.
Sri Lanka are not in this Champions Trophy because they've been playing some good cricket at home, especially in ODI. They've got quite a long winning stretch at the moment in ODI cricket. So it's a bit sad that the Champions Trophy
Mm.
is just 8 teams, man. It takes away the fun in a way, but it is what it is, man. I honestly think Sri Lanka would have done well on these kind of pitches in Pakistan or in the UAE if they were to play. So disappointing, but yeah, well done to Sri Lanka, man. They thoroughly deserve it. Australia there's some problems with the batting, eh? I feel that
Mm.
they don't really know what their starting lineup is like.
Okay, and you, UV, what's your thoughts?
Like Avi, I didn't catch a lot of it, but the current teams on display, you put Australia and Sri Lanka against each other, 8 times out of 10, Australia's winning. So not a big surprise for me. Um, Sri Lanka, decent team, lots of
Mm-hmm.
talent. Problem is their management structure right now. The team is not managed well. And that is why Sri Lanka have had that lean patch that Avi spoke of. There's
Mm-hmm.
been no lack of talent. There's actually some
Mm.
players that have come around in the last 5 years that if they had played in different teams would have been world beaters.
Mm.
And their management structure has let them down badly. That's the problem with Sri Lanka right now. Them not being in the ICC Champions Trophy, I'm in full agreement with Avi on that one. I would have liked to have seen a lot more teams involved. I think it's going to make the tournament fairly boring, to be honest with you. Um, I I do believe Afghanistan. I know nobody really sees them having a chance, but I think Afghanistan pulls an upset and wins this tournament. Uh, in those middle overs, Noor and
Mm-hmm.
Rashid, they can tie any team down. They can take any team to the cleaners in those middle overs. And Noor Ahmad, for me, is the best spin bowler in the world, right? When it comes to taking wickets, nobody comes close. So that's why I kept going on about Keshav not bowling Noor enough in the early overs. Because you
Oh,
have the best spinner in the world and you're not using him.
oh, but no, but UV,
Um,
but you didn't.
I
Oh,
just
okay,
want to
sorry.
add something.
Oh, sure.
I just want to add something. So I was watching AB's channel on YouTube yesterday, AB 360,
Mm,
and he was talking about which team he expects to make the semi-final. So he was talking about Group B, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said that Afghanistan is a good side, but he doesn't think they're going to make the semi-final. So he completely wrote off their chances, and he gave a team like England. He can't see how England can't make the semi-finals. He was so confident in England making the semi-finals as opposed to Afghanistan. So I kind of disagree with him there because I think
Mm.
Afghanistan are in better shape going into this tournament than England are.
100%.
England
Mm,
could quite easily be out of this tournament quite early.
mm,
So I kind of disagree with AB there. I think Afghanistan in better shape than England.
mm. I would like to respond to that. I
Sure.
fully agree with you. Afghanistan are in better shape than England. England have one thing in their favor. Adil Rashid has suddenly learned to turn the ball sideways. That is the
Okay.
thing. Suddenly he's turning that ball sideways. That is all
Okay.
England has. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but UV, but you didn't really acknowledge Sri Lanka's 2-0 win over Australia. Like, were you surprised that Sri Lanka won 2-0, or did you in a way expect it?
Ah, they've got a lot of talent. It's not a huge surprise, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I guess if you look at it, I'm looking at Australia, I'm looking at Sri Lanka. I am surprised because I would expect Australia to beat Sri Lanka 8 times out of 10. But yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. Oh, okay, UV. Let's get to the Tri-Series final where New Zealand beat Pakistan comfortably in the final. So I think that's not really for your surprise, considering you like New Zealand so much.
I wouldn't say I like them, but I respect them. They're a really, really good team. I think on their day, they beat anybody. If they get things right, they're unbeatable. There's no doubt.
Wow.
Problem with New Zealand, problem with Pakistan, sorry. They are another team. If they get things right, can be nigh on unbeatable. They got it right against South Africa. I mean, chasing down over 350. That was bloody amazing. So they got it right there. But fell apart against New Zealand. And then I got to say, you're relying on 2 players to win your match. That doesn't work. Sorry.
I agree. You, Avi?
Yeah, I mean, UV was talking about that SA game. I mean, that was such a belter of a pitch, right? I mean, 350, plays 350, like almost 700 runs were scored. And I was surprised how the pitch changed so drastically in the final because it wasn't that kind of a wicket in the final. It really suited New Zealand because New Zealand are a side that like to strangle oppositions. So it really worked in New Zealand. But Pakistan, yeah, I think in a way the bowling is a bit of a problem for them at the moment, guys.
Yes.
I think they're just not getting it right with the bowling. Their batting, I got a problem with Babar opening the innings. I think he needs to go back to his number 3 position and get an opener because I don't think that is his position. And you can play it out of the position. That is why you're getting these kind of results. But you know what, guys? I don't want to read too much into this prize series. Because as Mitch Satner said the other day, come the opening game of the Champions Trophy, and if you don't get it right, all this counts for nothing. So let's take this as a warm up.
Okay.
Okay, New Zealand did get over Pakistan in 2 games, so that is a confidence booster. But I mean, we all know Pakistan in the tournament; they are different beasts. So
That's true.
I am sure they're looking at it and seeing how they can rectify it. Because strangely enough, guys, they're playing on the same pitch, on the same venue in the opening game. So you're not going to have any surprises there. It depends on the pitch. But I got a feeling that pitch is going to change. It's going to turn into a belter if we for that opening game. And you're not going to get that kind of pitch we saw in the final because that is something that Pakistan will not accept come the opening game. So it could be a belter. New Zealand, I think it's the same thing we talk about New Zealand. I mean, they've always been a consistent side, but they don't really, go that one step further. Kind of like SA in a way, always there or thereabouts. But honestly, SA's team excites me more than New Zealand's side. I think New Zealand is a side that can score maybe 260, 270, 280. They don't have those players that can actually go, and score those big 350s and stuff. And I don't know if that's going to work against them in a way because at times, I won't lie to you, it's a bit difficult to watch this team that way because they've got a way of approaching the innings. They don't score a lot of boundaries. They nudge it here, they nudge it there. So I think for a team like India, that kind of a team is a, would actually fall into a team like India's hand. Because India is a side that know how to get those massive totals. And if you can get 360 against New Zealand, they're not going to chase that downset. They're not going to chase them. That's beyond their. I think that's beyond their capabilities in a way.
But
depends on the wicket.
Yeah, that's true. I was just gonna. By the way, guys, we can go into the Champions Trophy, but how do you all want to do it? Do you want to do it by fixture, or do you just want to talk about the squads in terms of the groups?
I want to ask you a question, guys. Does New Zealand excite you? Does New Zealand excite you?
I
To
think
me,
you can never
does
write
New
off.
Zealand excite you?
I think to me, yes. I think to me, yes. But not the New Zealand side that we saw play in this Tri-Series. I think if Ravindra comes back in, and if you've got Conway back in the mix, then yes, I'm excited by New Zealand. Yeah.
to be honest, it's not about them exciting me, but I just know they'll always punch away above their weight, and they'll always try and make a semi or a final. So even if I'm not a pro New Zealand fan, as Yuvi says, I respect them. I respect them enough knowing that they'll make a semi or a final. That's why I'm saying Group A doesn't seem so obvious. Like you could say India and Pakistan, like how we did for Dubai, but back then for T20. But then New Zealand ruined billions of Indian hearts, and then it was New Zealand and Pakistan that went. Pardon?
I also have another question. What do you guys think about Ryan Rickleton not getting in there right now?
Whew, interesting. Yeah, well,
and Ryan Rickleton and Deval Brooks, your two of your premier batsmen in that SA20 lineup.
Yeah, it's a tough one, eh? I don't know what to say.
Avi said South Africa excites him. They would excite me too if they got the right players in the side, yes. But I don't think they have.
Okay, but then so you suggested we should go through the squads for the Champions Trophy, isn't it?
I think fixtures would be a bit long, don't you, Avi?
Yeah, I think we should just go fixture by fixture. That would be better.
Fixture, okay.
All right, so the first fixture is on Wednesday, the 19th of February, which is Pakistan and New Zealand, and they're playing at Karachi, if I'm correct. And it's also a day-nighter, so I'm going to go, and I know I'm going to hate. I have a lot of Pakistani fans hating me, but if they ever do watch our pod, I'm going to go with New Zealand to win because they have some confidence going for them.
Go for it, Avi. I'll wait. I'll go last.
Okay.
Given what we've seen in the tri-series, I'm not reading too much into it.
Okay.
I'm going with Pakistan as the host. I think it's not going to be a perfect game. I think New Zealand are going to take them close. But I feel that this game is more important to them than the India game. Because this is a game that starts off the tournament. Because if they win this game here, they're not going to be under so much pressure to beat India.
Okay, fair enough.
So that is why I think this game is more important to them. And I think they're going to win this game.
Yuvi?
I would love to agree with Avi, but I can't on this one. I just feel Pakistan have not found form. There's talent. There's talent enough to be the best team in the tournament, I believe. But they haven't found form. And I think they let themselves down in that first fixture. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the second one, which is on Thursday. Bangladesh against India and Dubai, obviously. And they're playing a day-nighter. So I'm gonna go with India here because I don't see India losing to Bangladesh. If India do, then I think they should F off from this tournament. Seriously, guys. So I'm going with India straight. Starting with you, Yuvi. What's your thoughts?
Bangladesh. Nah, I'm kidding. Bangladesh have become the Zimbabwe of the East. They're the whipping boys. Simple.
I agree with you on that. You, Avi?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be one of the more one-sided fixtures of the tournament so far. Yeah, India to win comfortably, guys.
Okay, we'll go to the 21st, which has got Afghanistan against South Africa and Karachi. Tell me something, Avi. Does Karachi turn, eh?
I don't think so, because if you watched Willow Rook in that final, I thought he got a lot of purchase from that wicket. So it does help the seamers in a way, but you've got to put the ball in the right areas. So I don't really see a lot of turn. I think it was more pace. It does help out. Your guess is as good as mine. What kind of wicket you're going to get there?
No,
but I'm hoping.
I believe Karachi.
I'm hoping Karachi get a better.
Oh, sorry, Yuvi, what were you trying to say?
I believe Karachi does turn. It's one of those wickets. Avi is completely right. There is pace, yes, but the wicket cracks. So depending on who's batting second, that wicket will turn. Yeah.
I just want to say something as well, guys. This is the best chasing wicket. If you can chase, if you chase on the, if you chase on this wicket, I think 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win because the ball does
That's
come
because
on better at night.
that's because
The
of
ball
you.
does come on better at night. It's a lot better. It's a lot easier to chase than to set a score because if you set a score, you could be in a bit of a puzzle as to like what kind of score is good enough on this wicket. So I think it's always best to chase.
I'm going to be
So who do you
patriotic.
feel wins?
Oh, sorry.
Who do you feel wins
Before,
the final?
okay, sorry. You guys go first. Avi, you go first.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Afghanistan is not a banana skin anymore, guys. I
Mm,
got a lot of respect for this team.
mm,
Lots
mm,
of respect for this team. I mean, they are
Mm-hmm.
they are one of the top 8 teams in the world.
mm-hmm,
They are one of the top 8 teams in the world. That hence they're playing this tournament. So
mm-hmm,
uh, I know it's going to be a tough game,
mm-hmm.
but I think SA are going to get over the line here somehow.
Me too.
They're going to win this game. Yeah, they're going to win this game.
And you,
I think
Yuvi?
it's very close. I think it's
Uh-huh.
very close, but I think Afghanistan will hold them down enough in the middle overs that the total won't be big. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if the pitch does turn, as Yuvi does say, I wouldn't be surprised if Afghanistan win it. But if it
I
doesn't turn
think
as much,
the
pardon?
one game changer here, guys,
Mm-hmm.
is KG and Janssen. I think those fast bowlers are going to
Uh-huh.
play a big part here in restricting Afghanistan because I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Afghanistan play that kind of pace, too
Mm-hmm.
often. So yeah, if KG and Janssen hit their steps early, I think SA could win this game. But as I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's not
It,
going to be easy. But SA to get over the line here.
I believe if Avish made that statement 2 years ago, yes, I'd agree with him. Not anymore. Afghanistan can handle best.
So
Yeah.
basically, let's keep it simple. Two of me and Avish go with South Africa, and Yuvi goes
Yeah,
with Afghanistan. Let's keep it simple. It's as simple as Gautam Gambhir will say. It's as simple as it gets.
It is as simple. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll go to the fixture that'll happen on Saturday. Meaning that the following Saturday will be Australia and England playing at Lahore. It's a day-nighter. And judging by the Australian injuries, I'm going with England to win, guys. Because I'll tell you the squads quickly. Australia has Smith, Abbott, Carey, Dwarshays. I don't know how to pronounce this name. They got Ellis, they got McGurk, and then you got Hardy, they got Travis here, they got Inglis, they got Johnson, they got Labuschagne, Maxwell, Sanger, Short, and Zampa. And if you look at the English squad, they got Wood, Smith, Salt, Root, Rashid, Overton, Mahmood, Livingston, Duckett, Carson, Brook, Banton, Atkinson, Archer, and Butler. So I'm going with England to win. And I think that pitch is quite flat, hey, Juvi, at Lahore, if I'm correct.
It is. Yeah.
So
Most
I'm
of the
going with-
wickets are going to be roads. Most of them.
Okay. I'm with England to win. You, Yuvi?
It's hard.
Okay.
It's close. It's very, very close. I'm going with Australia, but just by the skin of their teeth. I think adding Dwarses in definitely changes it a bit with the bowling attack. And McGurk's form, and there's a decent enough batting order there. Yeah, no, I think Australia.
You, Avi?
Geez, this is such a tough picture to predict. I mean, both teams are not coming into the tournament in the best of form. If Australia had Cummins, Hazelwood,
Yeah,
Stark, I would definitely put it in their favor, eh?
yeah, I agree.
But I'm looking at this bowling attack for Australia. I mean, quite inexperienced guys, and
I agree.
in a long time, Australia have some problems with the batting lineup because I know Yubi was talking about Fraser McGurk, but I don't think he's really set the world alight, eh?
Yeah.
As yet with the bat, Fraser. I don't think he set the world alight with the bat. I think he's been really, really inconsistent in a sense. You know what, guys? I don't even know what Australian team is going to get on the park. That's how it is. I got more chances of telling you what the England squad is going to be like as opposed to what the Australian team is going to be like.
That I agree with.
They've got so many
Yeah.
injuries. They've got so many injuries, and that is why I'm going to go with England.
Yeah.
I think England is going to beat Australia. I don't think it's going to be a good tournament for Australia. I think Australia, given what we've seen, and let's be honest, guys, they had a conversation for the bowlers to manage their workload. I don't think Australia are taking this tournament too seriously.
No, I think they would have, but I think they have too many.
So
I
I'm
think
going
they have
with
too many
England.
injuries. I don't think they're not taking it seriously. I think
I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys a question.
Sure.
How much? I mean, I know you mentioned the big three but personally, I think they're all pensioners and should have been retired a year ago. Cummins, Stark, and all these guys. Yeah. That's why they're in the situation they're in right now. They've played players way past their prime. That's why they're in the situation they're in right now.
Oh.
So Dwase is coming.
I'm just gonna add something here, Yubi. The thing is with Cummins and Stark, they're champion cricketers. And you can't write out champion cricketers.
That's true.
They always got that edge.
That's why I kept asking you guys to watch the Big Bash. Because there are way better bowlers than them sitting on the sidelines. There are way better bowlers than them sitting on the sidelines, right?
Wow, controversial, man.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, Lance Morris is one, that I really
and Richardson.
am a bit puzzled why he's not inside. Jai Richardson. Funny enough, they've gone with Spencer Johnson and Hardy.
Well, Johnson,
I don't really think those are two good.
He can smash the ball at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spencer Johnson. So yeah, I'm gonna go with England, guys.
And also, I will say one thing about Australia: if teams switch off, Australia can take advantage. Like if you look at the 2023 World Cup, Australia was so kachara in the first three matches. I didn't give them a hope. And until Sri Lanka switched off against them, because Sri Lanka started really well in that first innings, and then their brains melted, they lost, and that gave Australia the confidence to keep getting better. And once you give a team like that confidence, they can win. So I think as long as teams don't switch their brains off, I don't think Australia should win this tournament. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I want to say,
but let's be honest, man. Australia had their best team in the tournament.
I actually have to.
Sorry, you.
After seeing the depth in Australian cricket right now, after watching Big Bash, a couple of their domestic tournaments, I think the Australian C team could win this tournament. Honestly, I think the Australian C team could win.
That's so insulting to India, man. India.
Controversial, Yubi.
Okay. All right.
Well, if India their C team could win the tournament.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, speaking about India, we'll do one more match because that match is going to be on Sunday, the 23rd of Feb. This is India and Pakistan, the mouth-watering match. It's another day night here in Dubai. I'm going to be patriotic and go towards India, hey? What about you, Yuvi?
Pakistan.
Oh, God. That makes me so sad.
Pakistan. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, sure.
India have fallen into the same trap Australia have. A lot of their big superstars, I believe, are going to fail in this tournament. And the reason is they're way past their prime. Their retirements are long overdue. And as much as experience is important, it's important to find a balance and bring in promising young talent. India have not done that, especially in the bowling department.
Oh, interesting. What about you, Avi?
Guys, before I give you my prediction, I just want to find out from you guys. Is this not the most overhyped fixture in world cricket?
Always.
No.
Always.
Is this not the most overhyped? I'll give you some stats here. I mean, if you look at World Cups, Champions Trophies, and Champions Trophies have been quite close, but World Cups especially, this has been quite a lopsided fixture. Would you guys agree?
Generally,
that is true. Yeah,
it's been a
that is
lopsided
true. Yeah,
fixture.
most of the time the matches have been one-sided.
Yeah. I just think India have too much for Pakistan, guys. I just think India have too much for Pakistan. I think if Pakistan played this game in Pakistan, I would have given them a shot of actually winning this game. But I think playing in Dubai, it would suit India. India play a lot of games in Dubai, and the reason why I'm going with India is because India would have already played a game before Pakistan. They're going to play Bangladesh in Dubai. Pakistan. So they would be acclimatized to the conditions and stuff. So Yeah, you can't look past India. That is why I'm saying New Zealand, that opening fixture is so
Mm,
important for them, guys. Because if they win that
mm,
game, they already probably through to the semi-finals. They've got to beat Bangladesh, which I don't think is going to be much of a problem for them. As long as their brains
mm,
are
mm.
intact. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with India here.
Uh,
And I'll
uh-huh,
be
uh-huh.
honest with you guys. I think we could get a situation where all teams could be on
Bit of
4 points
Barbara.
in
It's
Okay.
this
very
group here.
likely. Very likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Mhm.
likely. It is very very likely because I mean, everybody talks about the Group B
Yeah.
being the group of death. I mean, guys, you've got three good teams in this group
Hey.
Hey,
in Group A. I mean, you've got New Zealand, you've got
Yeah.
Pakistan, you've got India.
I
Anything
agree.
can
mhm.
happen there. I mean, the one team you can obviously write
Yeah.
off is Bangladesh because I actually rate them lower than Afghanistan at the moment
I rate
in terms of
everybody
how
lower
they
than
can play.
Afghanistan at the moment.
So,
Pardon? What you said, Juvi? I couldn't hear that.
I said I rate everybody lower than Afghanistan at the moment.
Aye, that's controversial, man. That's controversial, dude. That's a bit uncalled
They-
for.
for me, going into this tournament, I truly believe they're the best balanced team.
Interesting. I'm gonna hold you to that, Juvi. If Afghanistan don't make semifinals, I'm gonna tease you a lot for that.
That's fine. And if they win the
Oh,
final, I'm gonna tease you guys. No, not if, when
okay.
they win the final. When they
I
win.
think,
Okay.
I think, I think if teams switch
Hmm.
off against this team, they have every chance to make the knockouts.
Yeah.
Afghanistan, they have every chance. The thing is with them, if you're
Uh,
going into a game, you can't be naive. You got to treat them with the
of
utmost
course, I
respect
agree with that.
because they've got an
Mm-hmm.
attack that can cause a lot of
Okay.
damage. A lot of
Not to
damage.
mention the
Ah.
I think the only weakness with them, I think the only weakness with them is the batting, guys.
Okay.
no,
Is the
they
batting
can make
attack.
it.
I think after the opener, I think the openers are
Yeah,
quite good,
Uh-huh.
right? But after the openers, there's not much,
got a few all
not
rounders.
much,
Got a
left.
few all rounders.
Uh,
Not a few all rounders. I mean, Gulbadi, how many years has he been playing? He's been playing for the last 30 years. If you look at him, he's always been
They're
there.
number 3. What's his name? Uh, 8. I think.
Oman
No,
Zai.
no. Omar Sai comes in at about 7. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let me just look at the. Okay.
Okay,
I want
okay.
to just check something here with their fixtures. I want to see who they play in their first fixture. Oh no, I think I remember they're playing SA now in their first fixture. Okay, and I know UV had predicted Afghanistan. So let me look at their squad quickly. Maybe that might give us an indication if that's okay with you guys. Let me check that up
Please, yeah.
quickly. All
So,
right, sure, no problem. Let me just open this quickly. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, it is. Okay, they got Matula Shahidi, Ramat Amsmatula, Farid Ahmed, Fazal Huki, Galubuddin, Ibrahim, Ikram, Mohammed Nabi. I don't know how to pronounce
No.
his name. Nangesh Yalia. This name is quite long. Then they got Naveed Zadran Nur Ahmed, UV's favorite
Vanan
player.
Naveed is good.
Then they got Ramanullah. They got Rashid Khan. Then they got Sequit Killer Atil, who I think, oh, that's actually an opening batter, actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. But then who you said was going to be number 3, UV?
He's not in that team. His name starts
Oh.
with A. He's not in that squad.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's good.
Asmatullah. Asmatullah?
Asmatullah. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the squad.
He, very,
oh, that's the captain, if I'm mistaken.
Sorry?
very complex.
If I'm correct, eh? Matula Shaidi.
No, that's not the guy. That's not the guy. No. But they had a guy that was very compact.
Okay.
More for test match batsman, but he could bat through the innings. I don't know. He's not there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, I just want to confirm. So if we have to give our, I know, I don't know if you watched Experts View on DSTV. They had predicted Australia to win, but I think that was when they assumed all the main players for Australia were going to be there. I bet you if they see the current Australia squad without those main players, they'll probably would have changed their minds. So I'm gonna go
Well,
with I'm gonna go with the 2 teams out of Group A, India and Pakistan, and then if you have those 2 teams out of Group B, which will be South Africa, and now that I know Australia's squad is shit, excuse my language, I'll go with South Africa and let's say South Africa and Afghanistan just to make UV happy. And you, Yuvi, how would you do it?
Okay. Well, good. I'm going Afghanistan, Australia, because I still
Okay.
think that Afghanistan C team is way better than South Africa's. And um, who's in Group A again? It's India, Pakistan,
New
Bangladesh,
Zealand,
and New
yes,
Zealand,
and New
right?
Zealand, yes, yes.
Pakistan, New Zealand, yeah.
Hare Bapre. Controversial. You, Avi?
India,
Mm-hmm.
Pakistan, Group A. And yeah, I have to agree with you guys, especially you, Sid. I'm going SA Afghanistan Group B.
Yeah, because I'm tired of Australia and I'm tired of England, so I'm going with those two. So I'm gonna. But then if we have those hypothetical teams, okay, I'm gonna go with either India or South Africa to maybe win the tournament out of that tournament, out of the Champions Trophy, because I like both of those teams. I'd rather have one of those two teams win. You, Avi?
I'm happy with that, and I told you I'm happy with that final as well. If you can give me that final, no stress.
I
Mhm.
I
It's
know
payback.
Yuvi was very dismissive of that suggestion on the cricket group. He said two of the worst teams. You put that on the
They
cricket
are.
group, Yuvi.
I believe they are. I believe they are. Yeah.
So who is
No,
going to be in the final, Yuvi?
it's got to be Afghanistan, New Zealand. It's got
Of
to be
course.
Afghanistan.
And with who and who will you say will win it?
Afghanistan.
Okay, I'm holding you to that. Afghanistan to win the tournament. And Avi, who are you going to pick?
I think India
Okay.
favorites. I mean, even though it's tough to admit they are favorites for this tournament,
Okay. I'll
and
concur with that. I'll
yeah,
concur with that.
I think it might be a big failure if they don't make the final.
It
Yeah.
will be.
I'm just talking about it from
It will.
Farah. It's going to be a big failure if India don't make the
I'll be
final.
honest with you guys. Before the English. Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Sorry. Sorry, Avi. You were saying?
yeah, I was just saying it's going to be a big failure if they don't make the final
Mm.
because that's where they're going to be
Hmm.
judged. India, we've got to be realistic here. India are not judged on how they do well in the group stages or semi-finals. India are judged on how they actually bring that cup home. That's how they are judged. It's a totally different kind of judgment as to how other teams are getting judged in world cricket. Because the spotlight on Indian team is something like out of this world.
Mhm.
And you saw in recent ICC
Mm-hmm.
tournaments prior to the T20 World Cup, they couldn't handle the
Mm-hmm.
pressure. The pressure got to them. That's the kind of pressure an Indian player has on them. They're always in the spotlight. So yeah, I think they are favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't win this tournament or get to the
Mm-hmm.
final, I think this could be the curtain for W as
Yeah, I
coach.
agree with that. But by the way, I have to make a confession. Before the English series, I didn't have much hope for India because they were so pathetic of late. But now that they've done so well against England, I think they have much more hope than what I had given them. So I will still keep my hope for them doing well. With either
So
India,
There's a,
pardon?
there's a very important question, but I'll go after you. Finish what you're saying. I'll go after what
Okay,
you're saying.
no. I said I was going to end off with I think India will win it, but if they don't win it, I'll rather have SA winning it between those two. I'll keep it to that.
So the very important question is, can we hope for a fair tournament? Because
What do you mean by
remember
that?
That World Cup that happened recently, India's venue for the semi-final was changed when India got through, and it
Okay.
suited them at the venue they were playing at. So, can we
Hmm.
hope for a fair tournament?
yeah, correct.
I think it's gonna, but I think the tournament's been in a hybrid model, so it's been designed that if India makes the final, it's gonna still be in Dubai. But if they don't make the final, which is a possibility, then it'll be in Pakistan. So it's gonna be either Dubai or Pakistan. Simple as that.
I'm going to be very interested to see how this tournament plays out because I don't want another scenario like what happened in that World Cup recently because I believe that Indian victory was tainted. I really do.
Ooh, controversial.
Of course it was.
Pardon?
Of course it was. I mean, I agree with you, Vidin. I mean, a team that knows where they're going to play their semi-final. I mean,
You can't.
you can't predict that as a team. I mean, if you know where you're going to play your semi-final, I mean, that's a big
So,
advantage. That is a massive.
so
Uh,
my
Unfortunately,
if something of the
this is cricket for you guys.
there should be a second firing. Jay Shah should be gone. Simple as that.
Okay.
Sorry,
But
yeah.
You see, guys, this is the thing. This is the thing. India know where they're going to play. India are not entering
Yeah.
Pakistan
Yeah.
for this tournament. They're going to play in Dubai.
Yeah.
The ICC knew they were going to be having this problem. They knew. They knew that India, there was no chance, not even a percentage, not even a point chance that India were actually going to go to Pakistan and play this tournament. So what they had to do is they had to play this hybrid model to accommodate India. Because if you don't accommodate India, then you're losing broadcasting rights. Guys, this is all down to broadcasting rights. It's just
it's all about the money, guys.
Broadcasting rights. It's all about the money.
It is. But like I said, if there's anything suspect that happens in this tournament, we need to go for Jay Shah's head. Simple as that.
No, but I think we can't go for his head because we all know what's the plan. India's going to play all their matches in Dubai. If they go to the finals, it'll still be in Dubai. If they don't make the finals, they'll be in Pakistan. Pardon?
That is the plan. But as we found out in that previous World Cup, the plan is subject to change.
Oh.
Depending on India's whims. Yeah.
But even though India knew, they still had to play well enough to make that final, the semi-final in Guyana. Because remember, they were playing in America in those delightful pitches that were really pathetic at best. So I think India, we have to give credit for India enough to still make sure.
No, they played well enough.
Yeah,
they did play well enough, but I don't believe what happened at the end was on. No.
Yeah, well, what can you do? I think at the end of the day, we have to give India some concessions, considering they do bring 80% of the revenue. So maybe India do deserve some rewards out of it. Not that I'm
I'd rather throw that team out, deal with that, and restructure. I'd rather throw that team out and restructure than give them concessions of that. Honestly, I would rather do that. Because the minute you do that, you are creating an unfair environment.
Oh, you, Avi?
I think cricket in general is not going to be a healthy game because, I mean, if you look at India's power in the game, I mean, nobody comes close to it. Nobody comes close to the power that India has in this game, guys. That is the reason why India are playing in Dubai and everyone else is playing in Pakistan. It's all down to power.
Politics.
So, I think if cricket could become a more equitable game, guys, like how football is, and to a large extent rugby as well, it's very equitable, meaning that there is an even distribution of resources, money as well. Cricket, I mean, although we love the game, guys, I think we both can agree that the way it's run is absolutely calamitous.
Yeah, pathetic.
What do you think?
No, it's pathetic. Especially under our new ICC head, Mr. Jay Shah. Yeah, it's been pathetic.
Yeah, what can you do, eh? That's what I'm saying.
I think. Yeah,
I just want to say that what can you do needs to change. We need to do what needs to be done.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, guys, look at the state of Test cricket at the moment. I mean, they talk about this two-tier system. I mean, would England and Australia want to be in the two-tier system, or even India? Because you're talking about promotion and relegation. How the hell is that going to work, guys? I think, in a way, you don't have more equity in the game, man. That's the problem, man. I mean, Scotland, I believe Scotland is waiting for like the last 7 years for Test status, and they've done everything possible to get Test status, and they haven't. Ireland, Zimbabwe. I mean, look at who they're playing. They're playing against each other. They're not playing against anyone else. So, guys, you ask yourself the question: is that a healthy game? It's not. And you're seeing it here as well in the Champions Trophy. I mean, it's become such it's become such a game where it's about the have and have nots. Okay, how was the Champions Trophy prepared? It was prepared by the top 8 teams finishing, in the top 8 in the World Cup. But I mean, guys, you can't really pick on a single World Cup as regards to
Exactly.
form. I mean, how much more exciting would this? How much more exciting would this tournament be if you had the likes of the Indies, you had the likes of Sri
Hmm?
Lanka? I mean, I can't imagine an ICC tournament without these 2 teams, guys.
In all honesty, West Indies being in this tournament would provide another possible winner because they have the ability to do it.
Interesting.
Absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely. I just personally
huh?
think the Champions Cup, we call it a mini World Cup. Okay, they talk about a mini 50 over World Cup,
Yeah.
right? But how can you call it a World Cup if you got 8 teams participating in it, guys? I mean, this gets as elite as it can. I mean, just 8 teams, uh, discriminatory in a way, eh?
Yeah, it defies
Yeah.
logic.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It
saying.
does.
If you had teams like America and China taking to cricket, at least it'll take the load of India, and then it'll be so nice. Cricket could become a real global game because look at the markets you'll get out of it.
I think we have to be very clear about this.
Okay.
India have that load because they wanted that load.
Oh,
Nobody forced it.
interesting.
Nobody forced it on them. They wanted that load. They wanted the glamour, the power. They wanted all that. They wanted to control world cricket.
Interesting. Avi?
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, there's nothing to disagree with it. I mean, guys, I'll be
Uh-huh.
honest with you. There's some of these
Uh-huh.
guys, some of these
Uh-huh.
players, they don't have injuries. They are trying to share to minimize their workload,
Hmm?
and some of them they would rather go for the IPL money than actually play in this
Okay.
tournament. Well, look at Stoinis. Stoinis
Mm-hmm.
retired on the eve of this tournament. He retired from ODI cricket. That can only mean one thing, guys. He wants to become a T20 merchant. So the money is in the
Hmm?
IPL. Unfortunately, the money is in the
It is.
Yeah.
IPL, and teams and players are prioritizing that. So that is why you're not getting the likes of Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood.
Uh,
Don't give me that. Don't give me that nonsense that they
they
are
are.
injured.
But
It's
but
They're
but but
injured.
it's a managed. It's trying to manage their workload.
whether they are or not, I say good riddance to them. We need youngsters coming in to fill that void.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I think on a final note, let's go quickly. Yeah. I think I remember.
Just
Oh,
one
sure,
thing.
sure,
Just
sure,
one thing. Just
sure.
one thing,
Hmm?
guys. UV was talking about youngsters in
Okay.
Australia. Australia is as conservative as they come. They are like one of the most conservative teams in the history of
Wow.
cricket. They pick the same team for ODIs, the same team for Tests, and the same team for
Okay.
Hmm?
T20s. They are as conservative as they get. So they don't. They're not a team that really bloods youngsters. I mean, they do blood
Uh huh.
youngsters, but they blood them in a way where, like, they're not really in the spotlight. They always go and try their testing. So I was a bit surprised that the likes of Starks, Cummins, and Hazelwood are not here, and that's a big chunk of the winning formula. Those 3 bowlers.
Yeah, but I think.
I mean, you do have
Yeah, yeah,
Zampa there, but I mean, Zampa needs Zampa
yeah.
needs support
I
as well.
agree.
Hmm? No, when I heard that,
Okay.
I threw a party.
Pardon?
When I heard that,
Okay, let's write this off quickly. Okay, I remember we discussed briefly last week of Ireland and the Zimbabwe, and I think we both agreed Ireland would win, which they did by 63 runs in the first test, and then the first ODI, Zimbabwe won by 49 runs by 299 for 5 on 250. And then the second one today is Zimbabwe made 245 all out, and Ireland is 257 for 1 after 10.2 overs. Do you think Ireland's gonna level the series, or do you think Zimbabwe is gonna win it?
Oh, I think Ireland is going to win this game,
Hmm,
guys.
Oh,
I
okay, so
agree.
I think Ireland is going to win this game. Yeah, I think they're going to win this game. I thought Zimbabwe played some really good cricket in the first game, but this goes to show this team has a lot of potential. All they need is to play against the
Mm,
better teams, and then let's see what happens. This is the thing that the ICC are not giving Zimbabwe enough matches against good teams. I mean, I honestly would have preferred them to play the Windies or Sri Lanka to see where they are. gauge where they are as a team at the moment, as opposed to Ireland. I mean, with no disrespect to Ireland, but I think you've got to test yourself against some of the best teams.
UV?
And I think Ireland tied the series. They definitely pull it out. Yeah, no, Ireland will win. Yeah.
No, it's not going to be a tight series. If Ireland win today, then we'll go into a decider, which will be on Tuesday, the 18th of February. So we'll come. So just to make it fun, we'll say Ireland wins today, and then on Tuesday, and then we'll say Ireland wins the series 2-1. How's that, guys?
I would agree with that. Now, I have a question for Sid.
Sure.
When in God's name are we gonna fire Bharat Arun as our bowling coach at KKR?
Why? What's wrong with them?
That guy is a medium pace bloody. We need a fast bowler. We need Dale Steyn at KKR.
Oh, okay. I think give him a chance. If our team doesn't do well, then we'll fire him in the next edition of the IPL.
They have done it in 2 seasons.
Oh, but KKR won the last season, didn't he? So,
they did, but it wasn't their bowling that won it for them. It was their batting.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, and Avi, what did you want to say?
Yeah, I said I'll go with Zimbabwe to win that series 2-1.
Okay, and you, Yuvi?
Okay. No, Ireland, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, any final words to wrap off, Avi?
Yeah, I mean, the Champions Trophies, yeah, guys, and it's almost here. But to be honest with you, some of those teams are going in like undercooked in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, expect a lot of surprises. That's all I can say. We've given our predictions, but expect the unexpected in this tournament.
Of course, that's true. That's true. And you, Yuvi?
Am I the only one here who's not really excited about this Champions Trophy?
I'm also not so excited, Yuvi. I also concur with you. I feel it's something that's just been thrown at us. It's not something we've been building up to.
Interesting.
I just feel a lot of things that have happened in recent times have detracted from this tournament. The teams have not managed themselves well. Their management has been poor. There's been too much politics involved in the world game of late. There's the fact that it's now 8 teams. Yeah, no. There's just too much that's detracting from this. I'm not feeling it. I'm more interested in watching the IPL.
Okay.
You know what's been disappointing for me is the build-up. I think the build-up has been shocking for this tournament. I don't know if you agree with me, Yuri, and said
I agree.
The build-up has been shocking. There's actually been no marketing. There's not been proper marketing towards this tournament. And I'll have a bet with you guys right now. There's a lot of people in SA that don't know this tournament is taking place.
No, I know this. That I'm aware of that.
That's a sad.
They've done nothing around it. Avish is 100% right. They've done nothing around it.
Yeah, I think if SA do well, then I think people in SA will start waking up to the tournament.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing, Sid. I mean, you can't really wake up when your team is doing well. I mean, there is no guarantee in sport. I think if you like a certain sport, you will get excited about it.
Of course.
I was very excited with the T20 World Cup because there was a lot of build-up before that tournament. I was excited about the 2020 World Cup in India because there was a lot of build-up. But this tournament, I don't know. For some reason, there seems to be such a low-key build-up towards it. That's the one thing that kind of annoys me.
It's been very poor. Very poor.
Yeah. The marketing has been pretty boring. Yeah, I guess the marketing has been pretty boring. But I guess unless if we have a... Oh yeah, but then Avi, I remember we had predicted an India-Pakistan final like weeks ago. I think how we've changed our predictions, hey? So crazy.
I think a lot of it has to do with results that have come up of late, that sort of thing. I think some of the calls that I make probably surprise a lot of people because I kind of look at the talent in the team rather than the most recent results. And
Of course.
so, yeah.
It's okay, UV. I respect your opinion because some of your opinion that come right, like how USA went through, and I know I laughed like hell when that did happen. Before that happened, so it's fine. I respect your views, UV. It wouldn't actually surprise me if Afghanistan do upset teams along the way. I think I did predict Afghanistan to go through the group, so I kind of concur with you there. I'm becoming like UV, adding a bit of flavor to it. I think I remember. I think
Well,
I chose. I think I remember I chose Eastern Afghanistan for Group B. Hey, Avish. I think we both went with that.
That's correct. Afghanistan is a Group B, and then Group A
And
is
UV,
India.
who
I
did?
think,
Okay.
I
And
think
I think UV went.
my
Uh-huh.
I think my thing with Afghanistan is they are definitely going to become the force in world cricket at some stage. They are.
I like that.
I can
I
see
like that.
it's coming. Yeah.
And then Bangladesh will be kicked out of the game, and then Afghanistan will play more Test cricket in India because I think that's where they play most of the cricket in Afghanistan in India. So good for India. At least, pardon.
This is the
Uh-huh.
thing, guys. This is the thing. I think teams like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh should be really, really disappointed because they've been playing cricket far longer than Afghanistan, and Afghanistan has actually overtaken them in that sense, especially
I
Bangladesh.
agree.
Bangladesh have been around for a while, but Afghanistan
Hmm.
have overtaken them in terms of talent. And let's be honest, man. These guys don't even have a home stadium. They play
Yeah.
their matches in UAE, which says a lot. Which just says a lot about a team
I
like
agree.
Bangladesh. Because I think now, 25 years down the line, we should have been
Yeah.
talking more about Bangladesh because Bangladesh have been
I
longer in
agree
the
with
game
that.
than Afghanistan. But here we are talking about Afghanistan as
I think
opposed
the
to
ICC
Bangladesh.
needs to give Afghanistan test matches. And even if they play the test matches in India, so be it, man. I don't think India will mind. At least they'll have a chance of
It's more
hosting.
revenue for
Pardon?
yeah. More revenue for them.
Yeah. So yeah, let's maybe we should do a petition. Make a video on ICC giving Afghanistan more test cricket. Yeah.
First video. Inspire
There is so
First
many
video.
things we can talk about the ICC. Fire Jay Shah. Fire Jay
Yuvi's
Shah.
favorite person, Jay Shah, and along with Ajit
No,
Agarkar.
no,
Hey,
no.
Yuvi.
There is someone I just like more than him. That's Ajit Agarkar.
I know. Two favorite people of UV. Ajit Agarkar and Jay Shah. Okay, on that delightful note, guys, thanks for your time, guys. We'll catch up soon.
Get out to
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Take care,
Take care, man.
guys. Ciao.